because we understand now that both the Republican and the Democratic Party in our country are basically run by the same people. The same money finances both sides. We now know, of course, through the work of many historians who have spent their life working on research to show us that both sides of world conflicts have always been financed by the same people. And as I've said before, there seems to be a method to the madness going on in the world. We know, of course, that we cannot depend on our leaders. Our leaders are misleaders. There is a science that they're following. They have their own agenda, and it doesn't include you. Conflicts require money and cooperation. World conflicts require world banks, International Monetary Fund. Professional groups all have fraternal orders, doctors, attorneys, etc., have their own specific fraternal orders. In the banking world, it is the same way. They have a fraternal order. In politics, there is a fraternal order. However, we're not supposed to know anything about that because that's not our business. That fraternal order in politics and banking has been known for many years by those in the inside. It has been referred to by different names, in different times, in different countries. The best overall name that we can give to this fraternal order, which is running our country, politics, monetary, is Freemasonry.
Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in this gospel broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is a quick lesson through the Spirit. What's really be edifying. Basically goes into this little quick clip that came across my timeline, meaning voting don't count. Jordan Maxwell, his name have come across if you're familiar with who Jordan Maxwell is. Real quick, let's do this real quick for time's sake. Basically, he gave an account of the files of the New World Order and the occult of the New World Order. Also, I believe he was an insider. I know he's wrote several books on the Illuminati and like just code and politics and religion and all this other stuff. Now, when you go into the whole bipartisan system of voting, we've already said time and time again that your votes don't count. And that whole thing of democracy is nothing more but an illusion to hide behind the face of a communist society or dictatorship, because the people really believe that America is a democracy because they have the power or illusion to vote and that their vote matters, but it really doesn't. Like I already tell people, and I've brought out in a few lessons, that on election night, if there is an election, they're not counting the votes that you people are currently balloting for. Okay, you put your vote in there, you go down there, and let's just say if Donald Trump wins 1,196,000 votes, Kamala wins 1,544,000 votes. So let's just say Trump slumps her by 45,000 votes, but they want her to be the new president of the United States. Then that's what they're going to do, because we already know that presidents are selected, they're not elected. And ultimately, the Electoral College put him in there. And if you took U.S. history, basically they tell you that the Electoral College is the one that puts the presidents in office. 8th grade, we had to do what they called the U.S. Constitution in order to pretty much go to the next grade. We had to, complete the test and pass it with like an 80%. And they went over the history of politics and these particular political systems, Democrats and Republicans, which all of it is it's all bullshit at the end of the day. Okay, it's just smoke and mirrors. At the end of the day, those ballots that you're seeing that they're casting and those numbers that you're seeing on those big screens, the elites are controlling that shit behind the scenes. Okay, that your vote is not count, because at the end of the day, the elites, they have what they call an agenda. Okay, and their agenda is to fulfill their new world order. As he was breaking down, that you have two sides that's being financed by one party, okay, which is the elites. So they're financing both sides for these campaigning. Like when they say, well, look, we need to raise $3 million for campaigning purposes, for, food, shelter, and ballots and promotion and all that shit. Look, that's just taking money from the people. The elites already financed that. Okay, it's all a dog and pony show. Your vote doesn't count. It never did. Especially you Negroes, man. Okay, like Barack Obama, when he became the president of the United States back in 2008, going back into 1995, you had a guy by the name of Brignu Zelinsky, which basically groomed Obama to be who he is today. Okay, but prior to 2008, maybe 2006, nobody knew who this dude was. I've seen him one time, maybe twice, because he used to attend this church I used to attend back in Chicago called Trinity United Church in Christ. That's the church I went to every so often or periodically, way before I came into the truth, Barely went, but I remember on 2 or 3 occasions I saw him and his hybrid-looking family sitting across the roads from us, man. But prior to that, I never saw this nigga. I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? He just looked different, like he stood out, And they was mentioning that, yeah, eventually he's going to be the president-select of the United States and all this other bullshit. And he came out the blue, So that's how they do things, man. Your vote doesn't count. Like he's breaking down, he said, look, your vote don't count. It's all part of an illusion to make people think this is what's happening. Okay, like right now, people are up in arms because I believe it was a third attempt on Donald Trump's life. I believe they found like explosives in a vehicle with some shit. I briefly watched the video on it. But basically, everybody is up in arms because they feel like their society hangs in this election between Kamala and this dude, Donald Trump. But I'm going to tell you like this. No matter what, even if Trump has the more popular vote, the more approval rating, because clearly he's the more liable to win the election if it was fair and square. He would win hands down. But they still saying that Kamala is up by a couple of points, which I don't even know how the hell is that possible, especially when she got smashed in that debate. So right there should tell you people that something is wrong. Okay? So anyway, people are being led by this bread and pony show. This is all bullshit. This is semantics. They're playing games with the people. They're playing on the people's emotion, And the scriptures goes into it because it's all a lie at the end of the day. So let's get a couple of precepts here. This is the book of Psalms 58, and I'm going to start at verses 2. It says, yea, in the heart ye work wickedness, and ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. It says, and the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies, okay? So their whole system is based on a lie, a poorly generated lie. I say that because honestly speaking, there's a lot of holes and flaws in their philosophies, man. Like they said that America was founded on Christian values, but instead, if you look up the founding fathers of America, they were all Freemasons, which we know Freemasons are part of a fraternal order or a fraternal brotherhood. Okay, even he mentioned in the video that you have different types of fraternal orders within these government organizations, from like the doctors to the lawyers, the judges, the cops, the firefighters, the politicians. There's all a ranking structure, okay? They all have their own particular brotherhood, which they all tap into the elites, man, okay? Because your judges, your doctors, your lawyers, they may be part of different fraternals, but they're still part of all the same. I mean, not fraternals. They may be part of different fraternities, so to speak, but they're all still part of a particular basic world order, because the judges take order, or the lawyers take orders from the judges, the judges take, orders from the senators and from the top supreme officials, and it goes down, the cops, the firefighters, and all that other stuff, to your common folk. But it says here, ye are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies, all right? Because Esau is the devil. He's a liar. So you people going down there, putting your hard-earned votes in, taking off work, standing in lines to put in a ballot that don't mean a goddamn thing. You ain't gonna be disappointed in the end, you know? And this is the bread and pony show. That's all it is. It's comical. But it says here, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stop at our ears, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely, okay? So it's all based on folly and deceit. Psalms 52, and I'm going to start at 2. And it reads, it says, thy tongue devises mischiefs, like a sharp razor working deceitfully, okay? So look at this. Let's look up, election night, Chicago. Let's see if we can pull up something. Look at this shit. Look at these simple ass niggas. See, niggas thought Yahweh Shah was coming back. I remember this night like yesterday. I mean, the city of Chicago was turned up, man. I mean, they had roads blocked off. Jake was like living like Jake thought they got a victory that night, you know. Find out that this man didn't do nothing but cater to rich Edomites. And the crazy part about it is the economy collapsed on his watch. But Jake was all crying in tears. You know, Jake thought we was, they thought things was going to turn around for him. And I kept saying, and this is way before I came into the truth, I kept saying, I was like, look, I'm like, this guy gets in office just for fulfillment of prophecy. I'm like, nothing is going to change. And you had a couple of Jakes that was piping to that tune. A couple of Jakes was like, you know what? Ain't nothing going to change. And they were absolutely right. Ain't nothing changed. Okay, in fact, that got worse. More niggas got killed on his watch. You know? But when you go to the polls, it wasn't none but a bunch of Sambo-ass Jakes screaming, crying, and dancing and howling and thinking that everything Jake thought they was gonna get that big break. But they found out the polar opposite. This dude Obama didn't give a damn about you Negroes, man. Okay, only thing he did was promote more liberalism, more feminism, more rights for women, more rights for homosexuals, and the list goes on, you know. And you Jakes, like I said, you were left out in the cold, as usual. So now you got Jake on board saying, well, look, we're going to, Jake basically saying, oh, well, you know, we ain't going to support Biden, we're going to support Trump. But Trump don't give a damn about you. You know? Trump don't care about you Jakes, man. He never did. He don't even like Negroes. Nor do Biden, nor do Kamala. They all hate you Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay? But it says here, thou lovest evil more than good and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Yeah, because they come with all these policies and they go into this bipartisan system and they tell you that things are going to improve in the urban communities. In fact, they tax you to death and they move you out. Okay, right now, inflation is at an all-time high, and they're talking about, since this whole alliance, that Turkey may join the BRICS nations, and then you got Saudi Arabia and major OPEC nations that deals with oil and all this other shit. Basically, they're basically saying, look, they want to align themselves with BRICS, and they're talking about a 2026 economic collapse, which is going to make the Great Depression look like a picnic, which every fucking year they always put it to y'all. They said that in 2020. Oh, 2022, the economy is going to collapse. Oh, in 2022 came. 2024, the economy is going to collapse. It's like they keep staving this shit off, man. Okay, but me personally, I feel like this economy is going to collapse before 26, Lord's will. Okay, I hope this shit collapse on election night or before, because the way that things are moving, these assassination attempts and all this other stuff, it's liable to say that, you know, it may very well happen. Hopefully before the end of the year. Hopefully. Okay, now we can't say that that's the case, but Lord's will, because I don't know how much more this dollar they can continue to spread thin like that. Okay, but it says here, thou lovest all the valiant words, O deceitful tongue. Okay, and that's talking about you Edomites. Okay, you other nations, starting with you Edomites first. So your vote don't mean a damn thing. All right, and like he said, it's controlled by a fraternal order. Okay, you have the elites that's financing both sides, Democrats and Republicans. Like I said, when you go into the left wing and the right wing, it's still part of the same bird. And this is what stupid Jakes don't realize. It's still part of the same bird, man. You know, but they got you people disillusioned about a system that you thought worked for you, but it didn't work. In fact, it did the very opposite of putting you in debt, because now everybody's a slave into debt, you know, debt slaves. Isaiah 29:15, it says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and that works are in the dark, that say, who seeth us, who knoweth us. Because behind the scenes, man, Jake don't realize that these elections are rigged and that they are already selected from get-go. Okay, according to Jake, they think everything is fair and square. And then you had Trump that came out and mentioned that the election was stole from him in 2020. And anybody that make mention of it is considered a threat to society. You know? So it's a shit show, you know? It's really a shit show at the end of the day. But the elections are totally rigged. And Salaki, I got distracted. I was looking at something. But anyway, it says, woe to them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth this and who knoweth this? Yeah, because like we said, man, the elites are being exposed. Scriptures say that their tongue shall fall upon their own head. So now we're seeing that the elites are exposing elites. Okay, like I said, you got this guy, Jordan Maxwell, that written several books about this cabal. Okay, you got a guy by the name of Ralph Emerson that wrote a book on a New World Order. Okay, and you got several other guys that wrote books. 1984, you had Behold a Pale Horse. You had a lot of people that wrote books on these particular fraternal orders. Okay, so that's their tongue falling upon themselves. But it reads here, but surely your turning of things upside down should be esteemed as the potter's clay. It says, for show the work of him that it says, for sure the work say of him that made it, he made me not, or should the thing framed say of him that framed it, he have no understanding. So like if I build a house, how can a house tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm doing? I built the goddamn house, so clearly I know what I'm doing. You know, so the Lord is in control of all this stuff at the end of the day. You people, like I said, you just delusional. Okay, you don't have a clue as to what's going on because you're so convoluted by bread and circus. Okay, you're so out of the word. You people don't know what the hell is going on. You don't realize that you're getting ready to be walk right into a society, into a system that's getting ready to offer you, man, and take everything you got. Okay, this guy cotton swab head, that motherfucker say, look, you gonna own nothing and be happy about it. Now look at it. As long as you dumb motherfuckers can go to work and appear to have some type of semblance of freedom, you cool with that. You fucking dummies claim to be patriots, but yet you don't even believe in your own constitution, because if you did, you would have been tried to fight to get control of your society back, but yet you let a bunch of demons, unelected officials, put shit in you that don't belong there. You bunch of fucking idiots. That's why we laugh at you people, man. You know? But anyway, one last precept. Revelation 13:11, it says, and I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. That's that so-called, what they call a bipartisan, or that political system, your political system, your Democrats and Republicans, man. They say a good thing, but yet they mean total opposite. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth of them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose daily wound was healed. Okay, and that first beast was the Roman Empire. Okay, of the fourth beast. That first, the one that was wounded, and it resurfaced back into this modern day Roman Empire that was talking about that ancient Roman Empire. Okay, and this is the same system that's being set up before Yahushua makes his imminent return. But anyway, I'm going to end it there, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Lord's will, you are edified. Until the next lesson. Shalom.